Hi, good afternoon, students. Good afternoon. How are you all? Hope all are fine. Keep a smile on your face. Okay, good. Ashish attended. Okay, many like Imran and who is that? Parashuram. Good. Bhavya, Imrat, Amir. Good, fine. I hope everyone. Pravalika. Okay, today we are going to conclude the fourth chapter. So before we enter into a topic, let me ask you two, three questions related to the. Anyway, our topic is climate and weather. Am I right? Climate and weather. Okay, fine. Question goes to Parashuram. Please unmute. Parashuram, can you hear me? Unmute yourself. Parashuram. No response. Okay, here Imrat Samir. Sorry, Amir. Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, very nice smile on your face. Thank you. Okay, good. And here, let me ask you a small question. I hope you can answer for that. And here, what climatical changes you observed in your surrounding recently?
Sir, climate changes, sir.
Yes, listen carefully. We have a proper climatical change in our country. Well, suppose summer, winter, rainy. Okay, fine. These three types of climatical changes you may observe. Okay, recently, present, what climatical changes you observe?
Sir, recently this is winter season, so it is very cool, sir.
Once again, if anyone without unmuting, please mute yourself, students, please. Okay, I can hear some other voice from some other people. So, okay, Samir, continue.
Sir, this is winter season. It is very cool, sir.
1 second, students. Let me mute all, and then after we will go to. Okay, fine. Now you can speak. Samir, Amir. Okay, fine. Unmute yourself, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, tell me. What
Sir,
difference you
climate.
find from past? Because you know you all living in this universe from like almost 15, 14 years old. This many years you passed, so you can observe these climatical changes at least from past 2, 3 years. So here at present today or in this year, suppose it is a winter time. Did you observe any climatical changes when we compare past?
No, sir, I did not observe anything, sir.
Don't observe, feel. Am I right? Climate always we cannot observe or see or touch, even we feel some sort of changes. Anyway, good response. At least here after Amir, and let me go to Smithika then. Smithika, what about you? Did you find any sort of changes in the climate, like when we compare the past and yes, Smithika?
It's too cool, sir.
Too cool from when? So I think in my observation, let me share you first. I felt last 2 days very cool.
Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Actually, winter starts from or begin from
November.
November, September. Okay, November, October, November, December. It's almost December 20. So what about last year, Smithika?
Last year, November, sir. From
Yes,
November
it
ending
is
until
early. What about next year?
maybe January.
Yes, that is my question. Here, our concept is climate and weather, the impact, like human impact on environment or human activities on environment and its impact we are getting now. Am I right? Because winter, there is no proper climatical variation. Like suppose in like when we compare past and present, in coming days, it may be summer. Even there is no winter. So that concept why I include is in the end of the session we have discussed about global warming and IGW. Am I right? Anthropogenic, global warming, the same way global warming, that concept we have discussed end of the session. So it has close connection to this like present day situation because day by day temperature is increasing in the atmosphere. And it all, we are the receiver of this all we can say because suppose like last 2 days, that's just a let me remind you, I felt very cool last 2 days. Before I didn't feel like a summer because warm climate, temperature increases day by day. Okay, so suddenly a sudden change occur in the atmosphere. This type of changes occurring the same time. Yes, like one more question to Archana. Archana, will you unmute?
Yes, sir.
If you continue these activities like as it is, suppose you can see this global warming or emitting the greenhouse gases, if we continue the same, what problems may face in the future, or what may problems may face the future generation or upcoming generation?
Seasons, the time will be changed, sir.
Seasons may change. Okay, fine. Any more?
Mm. Oxygen will not sufficient, sir.
Oxygen will not sufficient, so you may carry a oxygen cylinder when we travel from one place to another place. Okay, fine. Any more?
Yes, sir.
Okay, two answers I got from you. And let me go to some other students. Many are there, like Usha. Like Usha, can you hear me, Usha? No response, suddenly shut down. Okay, fine. Any more students ready to answer for this question? If we continue these sort of activities, so what problems we may face in future or next generation? So that's very simple question. So I expect answer from you. Who is ready? Please thumbs up. Varshita, please unmute and show me the thumbs. Okay. So please turn on your video and talk. Then I can interact with you. Niharika also, please turn on your video. Turn on your video and then only I can ask you what is that. Okay, fine. No boys here raise their hand. And coming to, okay, here, Vaishnavi. It's your turn, Vaishnavi.
Yes, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, because of these activities, global warming may occur because of greenhouse effect,
Fine,
etc., sir.
fine. Okay, good. Yes, what problem we may face in future? Yes, smart Shiva. Shiva, can you hear me? Shiva, can you hear me? No response from you, Shiva. Please, at least you can. My question is that if human being continues these activities already, you know, like greenhouse gases, like emitting greenhouse gases, and one more thing is industrialization or develop, like the part of development. We all know that as a developing country, we need a lot of resources. For that, we may use maximum the natural resources, and it also gives great effect on environment that reflect back to the human being. So if we continue this sort of activities, how the future like generation or the next upcoming generation, what problems they may face? Smithika raised her hand. Okay, Smithika, you can conclude. Okay, tell me, Smithika.
Heat will be increased.
It will be increased. How it's affect, what impact they may face? Yes, that is my question.
Ozone layer will be get depletion.
Get affected. Okay, fine.
Due to that, heat will be increased, and we face different problems also by radiation effects.
Okay, radiation. Okay, solar radiation. At the same time, increasing temperature is not good, because if it is continuous, drought prone area. Okay, entire universe may declare as a drought prone. What is drought prone? Lack of water or proper climatical changes. It affects highly on the living being, we can say. Okay, so that's all. So now let us discuss about the chapter. Okay, let us enter into the topic. So all of you, please look at the screen. In the first topic itself, the impact of global warming. Okay, see here the climate of India, the chapter, and coming to the, please stay online. Okay, students, get back. So impact of climate change in India. That is a concept. Impact of climate changes in India. Climate changes and its impact. Let us see. See here, like a rise of 2 degrees Celsius in an average temperature may appear to be a small. It would result in a rise of 1 meter in sea level by early next century. See here, 2 degrees Celsius. When we compare, see here what they predict in the sense, 2 degrees Celsius every day increasing in the or increasing atmospheric temperature, and it goes for increasing the sea level. How can you tell me here how the sea level increases if temperature increases in the atmosphere? Anyone? Very good. Unmute. Vishwak, you raise your hand, I think. Please unmute and speak. Vishwak, no response. Sorry, Vishwak. Vishwak is not speaking.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay, good evening. Please tell me how it would result in the rise of 1 meter in sea level by early next century. What did you understand from that?
If heat is increased, the
Yes.
sea level is increased.
How?
Why? Because in under below the sea level, there more heat energy is there, sir.
How the sea level increases? Any more answer from anyone? Just let me give you a clue, because the North Pole and South Pole in the northern hemisphere or southern, the northernmost part of the world fully covered by ice. You all know that. Am I right? Yes. When temperature increases, what happens there? It melts. Am I right? It changes into the form of water and it reaches the sea and sea level increases. So the same way the expansion of seawater, that also may occur. These would affect large portion of our coastal areas and millions of people would have to be shifted. So absolutely true. Because when the sea level due to temperature increase, because 2 degrees every year, and they would lose their livelihood. Nearly 200 squatter family. Squatter family is nothing but without any permission, some permanent, no, there is no permanent settlement. Temporarily a group of people who lives in coastal areas. Okay, so they may squatter families living in Nonadanga village in Kolkata for the past few years are in the process of being evicted by Kolkata Metropolitan Development Authority, KMDA, because of this increasing sea level, because it reaches the land. So people getting a lot of trouble from that, and they are not aware of that. So even though people like in authority, so authority try to send that people from that particular area. So this, remember always 2 degrees Celsius in average temperature may appear to be small. It would result in a rise of 1 meter sea level by early next centuries. So it may lead this type of, see here, some squatter family living in Nonadanga village, Kolkata. They, for the past few years, in the process of being evicted by Kolkata Metropolitan Development Authority, KMDA. Many of the family came to Kolkata in search of work after the Ayla super cyclone ravaged. So Sundarbans, you have a word there, ravaged. What is the meaning of ravaged? Nothing but severely damaged, we can say. Sundarban in 2019 on March 30, the slum was bulldozed amid heavy police presence, and some hutments were set on fire. The current thunderstorms over the past few days have meant slavery have been rendered homeless. They work as house helps, rickshaw pullers, and construction of laborers. So just a case study they have given here. What happened in Kolkata? Increasing sea level, like it affected on the human being. So they government forcibly sent them or evicted by the Kolkata Metropolitan. Evicted is nothing but forcibly sent them out of the place. The same time here, second case you see, like what happened in the Sundarban area, there also major flood occurred and people send, or the authority send the people from that particular area. So they work as helps rickshaw pullers and construction laborers nowadays, that present situation, because if they all have a livelihood in their proper place, especially fisher folk, they engage in fishing activities and get their livelihood. The same way the people who are living in other part, they also their own place and they have some livelihood there. When they migrate to a new places, what happens? A great problems they may face in their life. It may get a lot of, and here climate change impact of for India. Please note it down all these points. How climate change impact for India, expected climate change impact for India. First one is changes in weather pattern. First point, changes in weather pattern. The climate change impact for India. What first one is climate change or changes in weather pattern. Next is cyclonic disturbance. Third point is sea level rise. And fourth is changes in agricultural yield. Okay, so it means according to the changes in climate, farmers should change their cropping pattern or agricultural activities. Suppose today, at present, we have Kharif, Rabi, and Zaid, three proper like agricultural season, we can say. In future, it may change. They may depends only Kharif. There is no Rabi and Zaid season. Lack of water, how can it possible? It's not possible. And the same way, changes in freshwater supply. We won't get fresh water even for drinking. And the same way, impact on forest and natural ecosystem. Yes, deforestation and impact on human health. And finally, it all reflected on human being. Okay, the climate changes its impact for India. If you get a question, please remember all these points. First is changes in weather pattern. So these changes in weather pattern leads to proper, like a major climatical change. That climatical change and the same way cyclonic disturbance. Okay, the land and water contrast. Due to that, cyclone effects. Just before Ayla, a cyclone hit on the coastal area and most lack of people lost their livelihood. Next is sea level rise. Just before I have told you how sea level rise due to increasing temperature, like water rise up, at the same time, effect on the human being. And next way, changes in freshwater supply. Impact on forest and natural ecosystem, impact in human health. Remember all these points. Okay, so now see impact of Ayla, the broken embankment is a textual picture. Bottom, repairing embankment. See, embankment is nothing but a border that made. Now water crossed it. See, due to increasing the water level, water crossed the embankment and reaches the land. You can see here, or reach the land. Many people work under that and try to cover that. Okay, so small picture, the effect of climate change. The other effect would be on rainfall. It's likely to be more erratic and lead to greater imbalance. Some places are likely to receive excess rainfall, whereas others would get less than normal rainfall. Okay, so what happens here? Some people or some areas, they receive heavy rainfall. The same time, some areas they get less rainfall, the same impact. Beginning, I have asked you a question. What is that? What about the climate condition of your area now? Okay, many of them says that in last year, November onwards, we have here winter. And before, and the same way, what about rainy season in this year? Lot of changes you find. Because June month onwards, we don't get sufficient rain. Farmers struggling a lot. If you talk to a farmer, he will explain you clearly what all the problems they are facing due to this. And we all like pollutant, we all polluting the atmosphere. Suppose greenhouse gas effects, everything, even increasing vehicle population. Okay, hence drought and floods are expected to increase. This would affect the agriculture pattern and people's livelihood to great extent. The faster melting of Himalayan glaciers would disturb the livelihood of the freshwater fisher folk as their natural habitat of fish is affected. So here you see melting like ice in the Himalayan glaciers. Where it is reaches, this water all reaches in the small rivers or pools or even in the sea. So seawater or river water rise up. So Many fisher folk getting a lot of trouble from that. Similarly, freak weather conditions that you read about are likely to increase. The climate change is something that happened at a global level, therefore it's effect to all of us. Okay, so dear students, like in conclusion, we are discussing this all, but this all like mechanism already we have discussed in the beginning. The factors influencing the climate and weather, attitude, latitude, the same way the upper air circulation or jet streams. Okay, so these are all factors you must remember when we discuss this all. How this all happening? Because of human activity, and what all the human activities cause for this all? Emitting effluents or dangerous liquid to the river or streams. The same time, air pollution. Okay, so these are all points you remember when we discuss. And in conclusion, we have here weather, climate, and climograph. The summing up or summary of this topic you can see on the screen. Weather, climate, and climograph. These three terms already you know. Weather, small area and short period of time. Climate, large area and longer time. Climograph, showing climatic or climate pattern. Already we have read a climograph in the previous class. What is the use of climograph? The temperature and the rainfall we can assess or we can understand from the climograph. And coming to next, climatic control, or the factors influence the climate, we can say. So latitude in the sense, you know what is latitude? The horizontal lines, because equator line to the polar area. Okay, when we move towards the polar area, the temperature decreases. So that latitude, and next is relief. Relief is nothing but the landforms. Okay, high elevated area, low elevated area. So plain, plateaus, and the same way land and water relationship already we have discussed. Land breeze and sea breeze. These two concepts already we have discussed. The same way, upper air circulation or jet streams. Okay, it's in the jet streams is nothing but the fastest air movement. The atmosphere generally jet streams we call. So these all the climatical control terms which you must remember from this concept. In addition of that, I have given you many terms in the beginning just to go through that all. Okay, students, and one more term very important, AGW, anthropogenic global warming or global warming. What are the impact of global warming? The same way, what are the factors influence the climate? All those points, remember. Okay, now it is the summing up, and here is a question answer time. So read the following statement and find out whether they are an example of weather or climate. Okay, either may I ask you or may I explain this answers? Okay, your wish. All of you please ready with your book. Read the following statement and find out whether they are an example of weather or climate. Are you all ready? The first is, during the last few years, many glaciers have melted in Himalayas. Which example? It is weather example or climate example? Listen carefully. From last few years. From last few years. There the point. Last few years. Many glaciers have melted in Himalayas. Weather or climate? First one is weather. Why? Last few years means short period of time. Last few years means short period of time. So we can say that it is a weather. And next one, during the last few decades, drought in Vidarbha region has increased. Drought in the sense dry condition, lack of rainfall. So during the last few years, few decades, drought in Vidarbha region has increased. Whether it is weather or climate. Climate, very good. What is the meaning of climate? Climate is here. What is supposed to concentrate is last few decades means very long period of time. Okay, last few decades is very long period of time. So we can say that it is a climate. First one is weather and second one is climate. And now describe India's climatic control. or climate controls. Here, what are the points you must add? Here, the factors that affect the climate are called climate controls. The factors, climate control is nothing but the factors which affect the climate is generally we call climate control. Here, many like the important points in the end of the session I have explained you: latitude, land-water relationship, relief, upper air circulation or jet streams. I have told you what is upper air circulation. The high velocity of upper air movements is known as jet streams. Okay, the high velocity of upper air movement is known as jet streams. Please note it down. Okay, so upper air circulation, relief, land and water relationship, and latitude. This is the answer for that. Describe the India's climatic meaning. I have told you climatic control, nothing but the factors that affect climate are called climatic controls. Okay, students. Now, third question, write a short note on factors influencing climatic variations in the hilly areas and desert. So, you all know that in the hilly region, we have low temperature. Okay, based on elevation, when we go to high range area, temperature decreases. When it comes to desert area, high temperature, high solar insolation, high temperature. So please go through the textual concept and write. Already you have these answer from in the concept book. Please find it out. If not, you please ask me. I can explain you. And next, how are human activities contributing to global warming? Yes, how are human activities contributing to global warming? Yes, very good question that is. Here, human activities contributing global warming is nothing but burning fossil fuels. Okay, burning fossil fuels is one of the factor. Usage of refrigerator and like it emit CFC, chlorofluorocarbon. Already you have learned this topic in the previous class. CFC and emission of greenhouse gases by vehicle. That is one more thing. Deforestation you can add with that. Okay, cutting down trees and construction of dams, project power plants, etc. So many points like that you can find. And next is, what are the disagreement between developed and developing countries? Very, very important question. Disagreement on usage of natural resources. Okay, remember that disagreement on usage of natural resources. Developed countries always try to what developed countries do? They maximum try to stop developing countries' developmental activities, we can say. What developing countries feels? If a country, they have a question. Okay, the way of development, you already exploited natural resources or used maximum natural resources, and now you are in that stage. Now we are in developing stage. We have to utilize the natural resources as a resource, then only we can reach in that position. That sentence you remember here. Clearly you have in the concept that this conflict between developed and developing countries on developmental activities. Okay, so disagreement. Actually, developed countries proposal they rejected. Okay, so that point, and here countries about AGW. AGW in the sense anthropogenic global warming. Okay, the global warming, the pollution caused by human activities. Okay, caused by human activities. AGW, you have a term. Okay, next, how is climate change causing global warming? Suggest measures to minimize the influence of global warming. Yes, same, continuing. So, see, how is climate change causing global warming? Yes, due to green sea, earlier cycles of cooling and warming happen over very long period of time. These long period allowed much of the life on the earth to adapt to changes. Now, cycles of cooling and warming are happening very quickly in less time due to industrialization, deforestation, overuse of mining or overpopulation. Very important. Listen or note down that point. What are that? Industrialization, forestation, overuse of mining, and the same time overpopulation. Okay, so measures to minimize global warming. What are the things or activities we have to do? Controlling the overpopulation and promoting green, clean concept. Okay, so deforestation, the same way, decreasing or controlling the population. When population increases, what happens? Needs, human needs, and the human activities, or many different activities you can. When population increases, many needs or needs increases. So that leads to decrease the protection on environment. That's it. Okay, fine. Next, observe the following climograph and answer the following questions. First question, which month? Okay, so coming to the topic here, observe the following climograph and answer the following questions. What is the first question then? In which month received highest rainfall? In which month received highest rainfall? You guess now. See the climograph carefully. Which month? One side you can see temperature and next is rainfall. First question, which month received highest rainfall? January, February. Which color you see first? In the month of August. In the month of August. How to read climograph is very, very important, students. You can expect this question in the annual examinations. So in the month of August, the highest rainfall. Okay, rainfall, how they measured, and temperature, how they measured, very important. Next is highest temperature. Can you guess? Highest temperature? No doubt, they directly go to May month. Is it? Yes. Lowest temperature? Lowest temperature in the month of December. Okay, December month you have lowest temperature. Can you see that? Yes. Coming to, we receive maximum amount of rainfall where which month experience highest and lowest temperature. Okay, why does maximum amount of rainfall between June and October? Yes, question understood, I think. Why does maximum amount of rainfall between June and October? What may be the reason? We receive maximum amount of rainfall due to the southwest monsoon which blow between June to October. That's it. Okay, the southwest monsoon forms in the month of May and reaches to the land in the month of June. So June to October, we receive heavy rainfall. The same way the sun is vertical over the Tropic of Cancer during this time. When, see, fourth question, why temperature high between the March and May? Okay, next question, why is the temperature high in the March and May? What happened? The solar insolation received directly in the month of March and May. So in that particular time, we have high temperature. Okay, fine. And next question, identify the relief condition causing variation in temperature and rainfall. Okay, what is the question? Identify the relief condition causing variation in temperature and rainfall. Just to take an example about Hyderabad and Chennai. In the concept you have Hyderabad and Chennai. In Hyderabad, in Chennai, we can see a moderate climate. So when it comes to Hyderabad, it is not moderate. So here, Hyderabad is not coastal area like Chennai. Hence, it does not experience moderate climate. And at the same time, what we can say, it is not suited to on high altitude. So the temperature do not fall below 11 degree. Okay, so that's it. So just otherwise you take some other example, Chennai or Meghalaya or any two regions. How the temperature variations in that two regions, you please find it out. And finally, read the fourth paragraph of page 54. That is earlier cycle of dash because of human activities and comment on it. Okay, what do you understand? Read that paragraph and just try to comment on the concept. Okay, children. So once again, when you write question and answers, what you're supposed to do, you must start with a style sheet. Then after keywords, already I have given you terms. Okay, all the important terms which is related to the topic. Once you go through all the topics, then after write keywords. Keywords is nothing but it is a key to revise topic. Okay, don't write only the words from different places from the chapter. So what you're supposed to do is just understand, if possible, write a 2-line note on each and every word. Okay, so all the many different terms you have in this topic, like cyclones, trade wind, jet streams, all can expect in the either fill in the blanks or southwest monsoon, retreating monsoon, or in another term you can expect onset monsoon. Okay, the same way the climate, the factors which is influenced, like each and every one you can write briefly, like latitude, attitude, distance from the equator, generally latitude. Remember like that. A key you have to write in a box. What is latitude? What is attitude? Very, very important that question. The factors which is influence the climate. If you understand that concept, that entire chapter completed. So dear students, once again, go through each and every key points, prepare your own and get ready. And let me every day or every time before I conclude this session, like I used to tell you one thing, dear students, you have annual examination in this academic year. Again and again, because most probably after Sankranti vacation, schools reopens. So everyone please update. Okay, try to get 10 by 10 points. Don't feel only internal marks considered as a like pass mark. So this time you have annual examination. So every chapter and every lesson and every point is very, very, very important. So note it down. Maximum I am trying to convey the topics or the chapter. So you have to receive in such a manner and not make a note on all the topics. Okay, children, now you have biology session. All of you get ready with your book.
Good afternoon, Randall. Welcome to Shanvi Learning Services, and also welcoming you to biology session. Today our agenda, evolving carbon dioxide in respiration and heat also. So here, please stay online. Children, here in last class we have discussed about that aeration of roots. Like as you know, how the two process like respiration and here photosynthesis both are taking place in plants. Here as usual we are depending on others for food like plants, but plants can make their own food, right? Here look at the screen once. Here clearly we have given here glucose convert to pyruvate 3 carbon compound plus energy. If presence of oxygen will go for the aerobic respiration, CO2 plus H2O plus energy. Examples plants and animals. So why here given plants and animals means like plants can take carbon dioxide, okay, carbon dioxide and water and sunlight, with help of chlorophyll, they can make their own food, right? That is a photosynthesis. But after making their own food, glucose material, plants cannot get energy directly. When respiration takes place, then only plants can get energy. So as usual, like in human beings, how respiration is taking place. But in first step, we are just taking that rice or which whatever it may be, fruits or whatever it may be. But instead of that, the plants are making their own food by photosynthesis process. Photosynthesis is just a process which can help to make their own food. Here, respiration also should be happening in the plants to get energy. So how the human beings are utilizing that oxygen for respiration, likewise plants also utilize oxygen for respiration to produce energy. So plants also can take oxygen to involve in the respiration to produce the energy. Okay, that's why here given example plants and animals. Okay, see, then coming to aeration of roots. Here in mangrove area, there are like that particular land surface is total filled with water. So that particular plants may not get sufficient oxygen to involve in the respiration process. That's why the roots can grow towards air. Okay, roots can grow upward direction. So those roots are called aerial roots or respiratory roots. Through that aerial roots, plants can take here sufficient oxygen to involve in the respiratory, respiration process to produce the energy. Here mangrove plants, see water total filled with water, surface area filled with the water. See here, already we have discussed about this in last class. Here these all are aerial or respiratory roots. So through these roots, the plants are getting sufficient oxygen. Okay, by that they can involve in that respiration process and produce their energy. Okay, fine. So then today our agenda is to observe evolving carbon dioxide in respiration. So for this, here we need some seeds like which comes under Leguminosae family. Here we have given here, take a handful of moong or Bengal gram seeds. Okay, so here green grams also helpful. Okay, So here, children, we have to do an activity. Here I brought green grams. Look at the screen, all of you. So here a handful of green grams. Okay, mash green gram seeds I have collected. Fine. Please look at the screen, all of you. Green grams. Okay, if possible, you can also collect a handful of green grams. Okay, or Bengal grams. Okay, and in next class, okay, as you know, when do we have next class? So in next class, I will check that sprouted seeds. You have to soak the seeds. Okay, you just please collect a handful of moong or Bengal gram seeds and please try to soak them. Not start today. Don't try to start today. Like when do we have that next class? The before that day you can start in the night. The next day, however, we'll get or one day before also nothing, not a problem. Okay. So personally, I will ask you by unmuting all. So you have to show that. Okay. Please, you have to do this activity such that we can interfere. Here we don't have that lab because these are virtual classes. That's why at least we can do these type of things to interfere into that activities in this way. Okay. So here I am also doing along with you. Let us see once. Okay, whose seeds will be soaked well. Okay. Okay. So here I have collected handful of green grams. Okay. Look at me, all of you. And next class, when do we have that next class? Before one day, I will start that soaking. Okay. Then I will bring you and show. And here, it is not important for me. You have to know how to soak the seeds, because when you want to do this experiment, so here you need to soak that, and the germinated seeds needed for you. Okay. When you are going to discuss that particular activity, before one day you have to start this, and next day you will get, however, you can carry with you to school, or now it's just for idea. Here we have virtual classes, that's why you have to do that. Okay. Now here Kaundinya, please unmute girl.
Sir, when do we have our next class?
Okay, fine. I will check the timetable and inform you. Not a problem. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Please try to involve children. It's not a big task. So, however, just a normal green grams or Bengal grams, you have to take handful of that, and you have to soak before one day. When do we have next class? That before one day, I will announce now. When do we have next class? By checking that class. Okay. Timetable. Okay. So please come up with that. Okay. I am also ready. I am also going to computer with to you. Okay. So I am also ready with this. So that's why I am showing you. Please collect a little amount. Not a problem. And you don't feel this is just a waste after soaking that seeds. You can eat, no problem, if you maintain neatly. Okay. So don't feel like we are wasting that handful of moongs or something. Okay. So please let us do that. Next. So here, this activity, why we are doing here, to know more about respiration in plants, we should perform the following activities. So that's why we are following the activities, like to know more about respiration in plants. Right. So here, take handful of moong or Bengal gram seeds. Okay, which are belongs to leguminaceae, you can, okay, but these are better to germinate. That's why here mentioned moong or Bengal gram, moong, okay, green grams, pesarlu and shenagalu. Soak the seeds in water a day before. Keep these soaked seeds in a cloth pouch and tie with a string tightly. Keep these, see here, soak the seeds in water. Soak the seeds in water a day before. Keep these soaked seeds in a cloth pouch. So you just take a cloth pouch and take the seeds into the cloth pouch and cloth. and in the corner of your, and tie with a string tightly. You can tie with a string tightly and keep the cloth pouch in a corner of your classroom or in your home. Next day, collect the sprouts or germinated seeds from the pouch. Keep it in a glass bottle like as shown in the figure number 17. Okay? Please stand line. Okay, children, we have next class on 26th. So you can do, or you can start this on 25th. On 25th. Okay. Okay. I hope my children can do that. Here, keep the cloth pouch in a corner of your classroom. Next day, collect the sprouts, germinated seeds from the pouch. Keep it in a glass bottle or plastic bottle. Around 200 ml capacity. Okay. Take a small beaker. This beaker to test that whether carbon dioxide released or not. Because here our concept is evolved CO2 in respiration. Let us check whether it is evolved or not. How can you check? Do it has any color? No. Are we using any reagent to check that? No. So here we have a better chance to find out whether CO2 is evolved or not. Here, as you know, like lime water is better to check the carbon dioxide is evolved or not. That's why we are taking here in 200 ml of capacity of beaker. We are filling with lime water. Not total, just half of or 3/4 you can fill. Okay. So take a small beaker, fill 3/4 as here given 3/4. 3/4 with lime water. Sunnam neeru. So here lime water may not available directly in shop or any medical. Okay. You have to take lime and add some water, that's it. Then lime water is ready. Okay. And keep it in the beaker carefully. Keep it in the beaker carefully. Close the plastic bottle tightly. Make a similar setup like a similar set with the unsprouted seeds. Here, children, you have only one set. Evolved CO2 in respiration, you have only one set. You have to do similar set also. In exam also, you don't simply draw only one set. By putting A here and by putting B there, you have to draw one more set also. But in that, don't take germinated seeds. You don't show that germination. Okay, normal, right? Round you can take. Don't take that germinated seeds because we are taking normal seeds, normal green grams or normal Bengal grams you are taking in that set B. So such that we will do that evaluation. That examiner will get some positive thinking on you and they may not go for the reading this all procedure and all. Okay. Looking at that particular A and B pictures, then enough. Whether it is correct or not and that particular concept is there or not, we can check directly by seeing that particular figures 1 and 2. So along with this evolved CO2 in respiration here there already like however we are taking as A sample A here we are taking germinated seeds. Sample B we have to take a normal seeds. Don't take a germinated seeds. Let us observe the changes in between that. Okay, the change in between sample A and a sample B. Okay, then close the plastic bottle tightly. Make a similar set with unsprouted seeds. That sample B, what we have discussed up to now. Keep this set undisturbed for 1 or 2 days. During this time, observe the color of lime water in both sets. Both the sets. In which set does the color changes faster? We'll come to you. Here our question is, please think, in which set does the color change faster? Why? Harshini, please unmute yourself. Harshini.
Sir.
Good afternoon, Harshini.
Good afternoon, sir.
So here we have set A and set B, fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in set A, we have taken a sprouted seeds.
Yes, sir.
In set B, we have taken normal seeds, unsprouted
Yes, sir.
seeds. See, listen once again. In set A, we have taken sprouted seeds, like germinated seeds.
Yes, sir.
In set B, unsprouted seeds. So, in that both sets, in which set lime water can change?
Sir?
Set A or B?
So can you explain once?
Here we have two sets now.
Yes, sir.
So set 1, we are taking germinated seeds.
Yes, sir.
And lime water as usual common. But in set B, we have taken normal seeds, no germinated seeds, no unsprouted seeds. we have
Germinating
taken.
seeds turns into milky white, sir.
Okay, which seeds can make that lime water into milky white? Sprouted seeds or
Germinated
unsprouted seeds?
seeds, sir.
Huh?
Germinating seeds.
Very good, very good. So here set A. Okay, in set A we have taken that germinated seeds, right? So fine. Here set A we have taken the germinated seeds. That's why here these seeds in this setup we can observe the lime water turns to milky white because carbon dioxide releases in this respiration. Carbon dioxide releases. That's why the carbon dioxide reacted with the lime water, calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide. Here lime water turns to milky white. What about set B? There is no change in lime water because there is no respiration in that normal seeds, like unsprouted seeds. So that's why that seeds cannot release the carbon dioxide. There is no reaction with lime water. That's why there is no change in the lime water. That's why lime water as it is, there is no changing in lime water. Okay. So as usual, this activity 4 also I am giving here, like in next class, when do you come up with that germinated seeds, then I will explain this activity 4. Okay, same here, for activity 4 also we need germinated seeds. In this activity 4 we are going to observe heat evolved during respiration, figure number 18. Whether it is evolving or not, we have to observe in that activity 4. So for this also we need germinated seeds. That's why I have given the task to you. However, you will do that next day, like in next class. Let us discuss about this activity 4. Okay, fine. The next our concept is, our agenda is photosynthesis versus respiration. See children, here plant carry out photosynthesis, fine, which means that they produce their own food from atmospheric carbon dioxide using light energy from the sun. This process is a complex series of steps involving the conversion of light energy into chemical energy, which is then used to synthesize. Why it is used? What purpose? To synthesize sugars from carbon dioxide. Okay. This is a process of synthesis or an anabolic process. Here we have two words, anabolic and catabolic. I will give you one technique to remember that easily. As usual, you will have photosynthesis reaction. 6CO2 plus 12H2O gives rise to C6H12O6. Glucose plus 6H2O water plus 6O2 oxygen is produced. In place of light energy and chlorophyll. So here we are taking simple molecules like carbon dioxide and H2O. Carbon dioxide and H2O. Here the addition of carbon dioxide and H2O, here it is giving the main product, complex product, that is a glucose C6H12O6. So here we have two processes, anabolic, catabolic. Anabolic addition. Here CO2 and 12H2O, like CO2 and H2O is addition and giving that glucose. Just for idea. Then catabolic means what? Catabolic, cut. Just reverse process, glucose. We are breaking down the glucose bonds and it is releasing like carbon dioxide, water, energy like in respiration process. So here we are taking complex material C6H12O6 and it is cutting, like breaking down. So cutting one is a catabolic. So if we cut that complex material, we will get simple materials like simple molecules, carbon dioxide, water, etc. But here, so now here we have in front of us 6CO2 plus 12H2O gives rise to C6H12O6. So that rest of that byproducts, fine. Then what type of reaction it is? Is it catabolic or anabolic? So we are like here we have taken that. Once again, I will repeat. I will ask you. So please listen to me. We have two types of process: catabolic process and anabolic process. Anabolic means just feel that addition. And by making addition, it is giving like complex, like addition of small, simple molecules. Simple molecules we are going to addition and it will give the complex material. Fine. What about the catabolic? We are taking complex and going like cutting that or breaking down that. Then if we cut that any big particle, it will give small parts. Likewise, here if we break down that, like cut that, catabolic cut. If we break down that particular glucose, it will give carbon dioxide, H2O like that. So likewise, here we have two processes, anabolic process and catabolic process. So here in front of us, CO2 and H2O is giving C6H12O6. So here CO2 and H2O both are just a small, simple molecules. This addition of these simple molecules, it is giving like a reaction product. That product is glucose C6H12O6. It is a complex process, C6H12O6. Just to keep in your mind to know whether photosynthesis is catabolic or anabolic. As you know, 6CO2 12H2O gives rise C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2 as a photosynthesis process. H2O and O2, those are just byproducts. The main product is glucose. So CO2 and H2O given like a product that is glucose. This is a photosynthesis reaction. Then photosynthesis is anabolic or catabolic. You may get a question. We have to observe that reaction. Here what happened? CO2, H2O, small, simple molecules are there. By that, from the simple molecules, here we got a glucose, complex molecule like C6H12O6. So here addition, just to feel like addition, anabolic process this is. Then going to the respiration, glucose will break down and it releases that carbon dioxide, water, energy. So glucose is a complex material. It is breaking down like cutting and giving that small parts, simple molecules. So respiration is that respiration is then catabolic process. Okay, respiration is catabolic process. See here, already here also given CO2 plus 12H2O, 6 to 12, that is not a problem, just for balancing. Here the main components are CO2 and H2O. Both are going for addition and it's giving just a C6H12O6. Yes, CO2 and H2O both are simple molecule and we are getting that C6H12O6. That product is a complex material. Here, complex material going for the breakdown with help of oxygen and giving carbon dioxide, water, simple molecules. So like that you can just remember, okay, such that you can easily write the photosynthesis reaction is anabolic process, whatever the respiration is catabolic process. Okay. Now I will come to you and ask, you have to be ready to give answer. Don't feel I am asking questions to you, just feel that is discussion, group discussion in between your teacher and you. Okay. And please try to on your cameras, put on your cameras. Don't hide your faces. Okay, thank you. Now, Satvik Nani, can I ask you a question? Now, Devi Prasad is ready, I think. Devi Prasad, please unmute. Good afternoon, Devi Prasad.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, did you get now? I given a little bit like how to remember that photosynthesis and respiration with respect to catabolic and anabolic. Okay, the photosynthesis, fine. Then respiration reaction is anabolic or catabolic?
Anabolic, I think, sir.
Anabolic? Anabolic means I told one thing.
Yes.
Addition. But here respiration, like glucose is breaking down and giving carbon dioxide and H2O. It asks Smritika. Okay, well right. Okay, thank you. Smritika, good afternoon.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, good evening. Fine. Now here I am going to ask you what is photosynthesis? It is catabolic or anabolic?
Anabolic, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you. And how will you remember this?
Sir, 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O is adding and we are getting 6 H12 plus 6 O6.
Okay, C6H12O6 is a glucose.
Yes.
Okay, fine, fine. See here, simple molecules are giving complex.
Yes, sir.
So to get an idea, I am given just a clue for that. Like we have here catabolic and anabolic. Just to observe two reactions here. CO2 plus H2O gives rise C6H12O6. Fine. And here observe C6H12O6. This oxygen is utilizing for breaking down, oxidation purpose. They are giving like CO2 and H2O. So here we are breaking line. Glucose is breaking down, like cutting, just you feel. And glucose is breaking down, cutting. Rajkumar King, I am observing your activities here. C6H12O6 is a glucose. By breaking down of glucose, it is giving carbon dioxide H2O. So catabolic, cut. By cutting that glucose, it is giving carbon dioxide H2O, right? So that is a respiration. Then coming to photosynthesis, carbon dioxide simple molecule we are taking and H2O simple molecule we are taking and adding that. If we add both, we are getting that glucose C6H12O6. So it is photosynthesis reaction. That's why photosynthesis reaction is a anabolic reaction, addition, just like. Okay, Amir. Good evening, Amir.
Good afternoon. Good evening, sir.
Okay, tell me why.
Sir, respiration catabolic process, sir.
Okay, very good, very good. Because
Because
as per
here-
your, concept, you know already. Okay, don't write about that cutting and addition. Just for remembering that concept.
Okay, sir. Blind concept. Okay, sir.
Okay. Fine. Thank you, Amir.
Thank you, sir.
So your respiration is catabolic.
Catabolic.
Okay, thank you for your response all. So in this way we have to keep some quotes, children, because in every chapter that hundreds of like things will come. So generally we cannot remember that. By putting this type of quotes, we can able to write easily in the exam. Okay, so if you want to by heart this photosynthesis is anabolic, like after some days you will forget, right? So instead of that, wasting your time, you have to put some quotes for that. Then enough. If you see that reaction, then you can able to write that whether it is catabolic or anabolic. Okay, so this is a one technique to get good marks, and you don't strain your brain, just you read and learn very natural process by putting this type of codes. In very natural process you have to learn. Okay, you just make your own like a manner, own reading skills. Okay, you will also have that capacity. I just given. Okay, as you are young and dynamics, so you will have that capacity more than me maybe. So you can. Okay, so in that way we have to remember, children. Let us read once photosynthesis versus respiration. Fine. Okay, children. Now see here, plants carry out photosynthesis, which means that they produce their own food from atmospheric carbon dioxide using light energy from the sun. This process is complex series of steps. Okay, this process is a complex series of steps involving the conversion of light energy into chemical energy. Here, light energy is converting to chemical energy. Okay, light energy is converting to chemical energy, which is then used to synthesize sugars. So here, so very sugars are here, sugar not given no here, but here given sugar, you are using the sugar word. So glucose is a sugar, fructose is a sugar. Okay, if you add the glucoses, you will get the fructose. If you add fructose, you can get a sugar, sucrose like that. So sucrose, fructose, glucose, all are comes under sugars only. Okay, so here when like which is then used to synthesize sugars from carbon dioxide. Okay, this is a process of synthesis or an anabolic process. See here, if you prepare anything in laboratory, you can use that word of preparation, but it is a natural process. In living things it is happening, that's why you can use that as synthesis. Like there's one of the making only, preparation only, but don't use that preparation, just you use a synthesis, biosynthesis. Like you will get in higher education, like higher classes like biosynthesis in chemistry, drug chemistry or somewhat. Okay, this is a process of synthesis or an anabolic process. See here they given just anabolic process, that's it, which occurs in the chloroplast. But later, after some days, you may have chance to get a confusion. Anabolic, catabolic, you can remember, but which is belongs to anabolic, which is belongs to catabolic, you doesn't know. So that's why here, by keeping that code, like what I said just now, anabolic addition, like catabolic means cutting. By observing that reaction, you can able to say that which is anabolic and which is catabolic. Already, as you know, already photosynthesis reaction and respiration reaction. So here, the equation given below summarize that photosynthetic process. That is 6CO2 plus 12H2O gives rise C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2 pairs of light energy and chlorophyll. It is a balanced reaction, and in some books they will be given like a 6CO2 plus 6H2O. If you take here 6H2O, you won't get that right side 6H2O. Already 6H2O is already covered in that glucose. So I will take instead of that 12H2O, 6H2O and read that reaction just to observe. 6CO2 plus 6H2O. Here I am taking 6H2O. It gives rise C6O6 glucose acetate plus 6CO2. Sorry, 6CO2 you will get, that's it. Yes, 6H2O won't come. If you take a left side, reactant side, left side, your left side is a reactant side, right side is a product side. Here left side 12H2O is there. If you take instead of 12H2O 6H2O, then right side you won't get 6H2O. Already 6H2O is balanced in that glucose and oxygen, that's it. So I will read both reactions once again. 6CO2 plus 12H2O gives rise to C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2. Next reaction, 6CO2, in this only, 6 CO2 plus 6 H2O here I am taking. 6 H2O gives rise to C6H12O6 plus 6 O2. That's it. Okay, if you want to check, you check whether it is a balanced equation or not. You just take the components carbon, oxygen, hydrogen like that separately. How many carbons are there here? Like 6C, 6 carbons. So right side is C6, that's it. Balanced, carbons are balanced. Like that you can check oxygen and hydrogen. Okay. Now, don't forget to write light energy and chlorophyll. Those are also very important. Once produced, the sugars can then be used for the process of respiration to provide energy to run all processes. Here like plants got the glucose, they make their own food. Okay, fine, by the photosynthesis process. Later, by taking that oxygen, this glucose can be deviated. Like glucose can be break down by taking that oxygen and will give the carbon dioxide, water and energy. The energy will be utilized for their day-to-day life activities. Okay. So here, respiration, as we know, is not just the exchange of gases, children. So breathing means like taking in and releasing out. Breathing is just a process. But respiration is an energy producing system. Respiration is not just the exchange of gases. It is the process of breakdown of breakdown of what? Here complex material we are taking C6H12O6 glucose. This complex material we are going for breakdown. Okay, breakdown of complex food molecule like glucose. And to produce chemical or potential energy. Okay. So this type of process is called a catabolic process because here we are breaking down, we are cutting the complex materials. As I told you, as I given you clue to remember easily. This can be summarized by the equation C6H12O6. Glucose is there already. For example, in our body or plant body, glucose is there. Okay. As human beings, we will depend on the plants. Or take rice or what it may be. Okay. But just plants are just making their own food. That's it. But glucose, sugar material are there in our body. And plant body also sugar materials are there. Now, is sugar material is giving directly the energy? No. There is no chance. Here we require oxygen. So that's why here C6H12O6 plus 6CO2. By taking that oxygen, it will go for the oxidation process, breaking down of glucose. And produces that carbon dioxide, water and energy. So photosynthesis and respiration appear to be opposing reactions. Photosynthesis and respiration, just to check, here CO2 and H2O is giving glucose, but whether in respiration reaction, glucose is converting like CO2 and H2O. That's it. Photosynthesis and respiration appear to be opposing reactions. But both have very different biochemical pathways and are essential for a plant's metabolism. See here, photosynthesis takes place in the chloroplast to produce sugars, starch and other carbohydrates for the plant's metabolic needs. So cellular respiration occurs in mitochondria. So as you know, mitochondria is a powerhouse of this cell. The energy can be stored in the mitochondria as like phosphate bonds. The mitochondria is a cell organelle. Mitochondria present in cell. We have millions of cells as we are comes under that multicellular organisms, where these carbohydrates are bound. Okay, cellular respiration occurs in mitochondria where these carbohydrates are bound to produce chemical energy. To function at the cellular level. During daytime, the rate of photosynthesis is usually higher than that of respiration, while at night it is just reverse in most plants. During daytime, the rate of photosynthesis is usually higher than that of respiration, while at night it is just a reverse in most plants. Temperature, humidity, light intensity, etc. seem to affect the ratio of photosynthesis and respiration in plants. Okay, here we have keywords. So how to pronounce that? Please follow me and repeat. Aerobic respiration. Here I am observing here your lip movement. Please repeat all. Aerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration. Alveoli. Pharynx. Pharynx. Trachea. I will ask you again how to pronounce, so please concentrate. Trachea, bronchi, bronchi, bronchioles, bronchioles, epiglottis. Honey, repeat. Epiglottis. Anabolic process. Anabolic process. Catabolic process. Catabolic process. Aerial root. Aerial roots. Lenticels. Lenticels. Fermentation. Fermentation. It is not fermentation, it is a fermentation. Repeat once again. Fermentation. Energy currency. Energy currency. Okay, children. Let us start a third lesson in next class. And before going to start the transportation lesson 3, the circulatory system. Okay, I would like to ask the germinated seeds. I'm expecting from all my childrens, you can do that activity. On 25th, you can do that. 26th, you will get that seeds, germinated seeds perfectly. I will ask you, okay? Don't hide. You just try to show that. That's it. Just feel as a discussion. We are doing just a friendly activity. Okay. There is no loss and there is no expenditure for these. I hope you will also eagerly waiting because you did not do one activity also, because as we are going in virtual classes, you don't have lab. That's why we also eagerly waiting to do that activity, I think. So when you show that, then I will explain this activity, like heat evolved during respiration. Let us discuss about that for 5-10 minutes. Later you can go for the transportation. And also I'm giving you one more thing from this respiration. Please learn about like pranayama, the art of breathing. Okay, so try to practice that pranayama. If you know, maybe all of you know. If you don't know, please try to check this once. Okay, try to know about the pranayama. It is wonder to know that only human beings have to learn how to breathe. Our lungs are divided into lobes. At each breath, we will inhale or exhale only 500 ml of air, whereas our lung capacity is approximately 5,800 ml. So most of the time, this is annexed, children. Maybe sometimes they will cover from these also. So just feel as activity and do pranayama. Okay. So most of the time breathing takes place in the upper lobes only. This means we are not using our lungs to their fullest capacity even after complete expiration lungs. The expiration approximately like 1200 ml of air remains in our lungs. So we can make use of 4600 ml of lung capacity for breathing. Think what changes are required to inhale that much air. Okay, please go on this and do that. Okay, many things are there here. Yama, social discipline; niyama, individual discipline; asana, body posture; pranayama, expansion of vital energy; pratyahara, withdrawal of senses. Okay, like that all are. Please try to learn that. Okay, let us meet in next class. Thank you, Varandal.
Dear students, if anyone has missed second day's examination, re-examination will be held today at 4:30. Don't use the same link to join. Like in FA1, I have given you a link. If you want, I'll give the link once again. Please stay online. Okay, use this link to attend re-examination of second day. First day re-examination was held yesterday. This is for second day, that is mathematics, physics and biology. Those who have missed those examination can attend at 4:30 today. Copy this link and paste if you really missed the test.